The game of Gtfo is primarily based around you and your team going into rooms and clearing them out, making it easier for you to progress and move around in a room without the risk of waking things up. But as you might know, waking things up can cause you to level and is very frustrating, and with the lack of ammo and health, there's so much that can go wrong. So to lower your risk but raise your productivity in a level, there are some simple things you can do to help improve your skill in Gtfo. Sleepers, or enemies that aren't moving, have a radius around them that you can move without being detected. To get closer, you need to crouch. Sleepers have a random timer where they will stand up and listen for the player's movement. When they're in their throbbing state, they will be a lot more active and listen very carefully. If they hear anything during this state, they will fully wake up and scream, waking up everything in the room, sending a large wave at you. A few things a player can do to immediately wake up a sleeper is by touching them with your body, sprinting within the radius, hitting something with a melee weapon, shooting your gun, or failing a hack lock. Also wake them with a flashlight if held long enough. If you wake one up, don't panic, kill it quickly and silently so that it won't wake up anything else in the room. The flashlight is one of the most helpful tools during stealth. Even though the flashlight is usually the cause of waking up enemies, it can also be used in a lot of situations to help progress a player through a room and help move them closer to the enemy. The first technique used with a flashlight is called flashing, or turning on and off the flashlight quickly in the direction of the enemy. Holding a flashlight on enemies will wake them up if held long enough, but this quick flashing technique will only put them into their searching stage and not allow them to detect you. This is especially helpful with a large group of sleepers. As they can move randomly, it can be hard to move forwards and progress in a room. If you're next to a group of sleepers and you want to kill one safely without waking up the rest, you can simply position a flash towards the group and wait till they're all to go back to sleep, and then you can strike without waking anything else up. The second technique with the flashlight is using the reflection of the light to see where enemies are in a room. Flashlights have two rings of light that illuminate from them. They have a high intensity light that shines towards the middle of your screen. They also have another ring that is harder to see, but it is simply the reflection of the light off surfaces in the room. The high intensity part of the light will activate the sleepers, but the reflective part will not. Using this information, if there's a sneaky sleeper hiding in the corner, you can use your flashlight's reflective ring to identify where they're located. Even though this can be accomplished with glow sticks, those are not always accessible during the level. Seafoam is normally used to keep doors closed during security alarms, but it can also be used in a lot of situations in stealth. Sometimes enemies are too close together and it is hard to kill them without waking the other one up. The seafoam gun is very good for handling these situations, as you can shoot the seafoam pellets at enemies and this will freeze them for 7 seconds. During these 7 seconds you can use your time to move or kill enemies around them. This method can be used on sleeping or awake enemies, but will take 2 units of ammo to freeze small targets, 3 units to freeze the scout, and 4 to 7 to freeze large enemies. It can also be noted that the seafoam gun is a silent weapon and will not wake up enemies when used, making it versatile in many different situations during stealth. Glow sticks are an item that can be found in boxes or on shelves in levels. Glow sticks are pretty self-explanatory because they are only used to help light up darkness. When it is too dangerous to use your flashlight because there are too many enemies or you can't see where you're going in fog, you can throw a glow stick to help light up an area. Glow sticks will not wake up enemies, but they will stay there for 1 minute after you throw them. Glow sticks are the best source of light, and if you're lucky enough to find them, make sure you use them as much as you can to help limit your chances of waking up sleepers with your flashlight. Every level has a unique layout, but some levels will have unique materials such as grates or glass. Usually walking over a bridge won't alert enemies underneath it, but if the bridge is made out of a grate, any enemies moving below can be awakened by movement on top. Glass has a similar mechanic, except it will not awaken things through sound but light. If an enemy is on the other side of glass, you can move all you want, but the second you turn your light on, enemies can see this and will most likely become awake. There you go. There are some simple tips and tricks to help you get better at Gtfo. And if you log back into your game and you still stink, then guess what? That's a skill issue and you probably should uninstall the game and find something better to do. Adios.